The P-51 ruled World War II. It escorted bombers, it hunted fighters, it dominated Europe. When the war ended, people expected a victory lap. Instead, the story took a sharp turn. America had too many planes. Over 15,000 Mustangs existed. They were expensive, and jets were coming. So the unthinkable happened. Thousands were parked. Others were destroyed. The hero of the war was suddenly unwanted.
Perfect fighters were chopped apart. Others were sold cheaply. Some cost less than a new car. Pilots watched in disbelief. It looked like the end. But history wasn't finished.
In 1950, Korea exploded into war. Jets rushed in first. They looked unstoppable. Then reality hit. Jets were too fast, too short-ranged, too dependent on runways. The battlefield needed something else. The P-51 could fly from dirt strips. It stayed in the air for hours. It carried bombs, rockets, and napalm. It could support troops below. So the old fighter returned, now renamed the F-51. The job was brutal. Mustangs flew low. Enemy fire came from everywhere. One bullet to the radiator meant death. Many pilots never made it home. Still, they kept flying. After Korea, other nations stepped in. Israel flew Mustangs in early wars. Some sliced phone lines mid-flight. In 1969, Mustangs fought Corsairs, propeller versus propeller, the last piston-engine dogfights ever. Back home, reminder of war. The Mustang became a racer. Armor was stripped, engines were pushed. Some flew over 450 miles per hour, faster than during the war. Crowds loved it. In 1945, a teenager saw Mustangs destroyed. His name was Ed Maloney. He made a promise. He would save them. Decades later, museums followed. Collectors joined in. The Mustang survived. Today, over 160 Mustangs still fly. Some fly in air shows, some star in movies. Many are worth millions. The P-51 never retired, it adapted. And legends don't fade.